I am honored to share the stage with one incredible woman, Siddiqi Ray, who has changed the way we see ourselves. I'm Gloria St. Germain, founder and CEO of Ultimate Music Theory. And as a woman business owner, I know firsthand the importance of accepting yourself and really being comfortable with visibility in the world. And I want to introduce you to the incredible Siddiqi Ray. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hello, Glory.
Siddiqi is the founder and creator of the groundbreaking soul portrait process. And her career as a professional photographer and master mentor to women has led her to create a program to support change maker women and men in business and business owners around the world. And I'm so excited and honored to be here with you. And you are really helping people master their visibility and enable their success and the results in the world, because that's what it's all about. So I want to say welcome. Share where you are from, Siddiqi.
Well, I'm originally from Los Angeles, but I have been sequestered in New Zealand during the lockdown. And I married a Kiwi and we bought a house here and we have two cute little fluffy children. So right now I'm in Auckland, New Zealand.
It's so wonderful. And of course, Siddiqi and I had the honor and privilege to meet. We were hanging out in Santa Cruz, California together, attending a business event. And it is just such an honor. And I really just admire you because I know for over 30 years, you've been working with world leading organizations and leaders, including the Mayo Clinic, Target, the Associated Press, the Navy SEALs, the Dalai Lama, Nelson Mandela, Deepak Chopra, the Kennedys, and all of this to support their visibility and work in the world. And it is truly, truly an honor. And I know you were also awarded the Icon Award by the International Women's Economic Forum for your work with women community leaders. So first, congratulations, Siddiqi, on your incredible achievements and sharing your passion of photography and soul portraits in the world. What does it mean to kind of be the best kept secret, and how can we talk about it today?
Yeah, I love that question. So first of all, thank you for having me, Glory. You're as beautiful on camera as you are in real life, which is something that I love to see in people, that there's a congruence there with who you see and who you experience here and then in real life. So yay for that.
Yay.
I think that a lot of us, especially during COVID, that had face-to-face businesses suffered from this huge self-image deficit, because all of a sudden we're on Zoom. We're trying to figure out, how do we do this? Especially if you're a music teacher, you're like, I've always had students come to my place and we practice together. And now all of a sudden that option is completely removed. And you can only be found online and work with people online. And the best kept secret thing, it's real. It's just, it's very real for entrepreneurs in particular. Of before, one student would tell another student about, working with you. And now everything is happening in this virtual world.
Yes.
And so being a best kept secret is being someone that's super talented, really good at what you do, great track record. You've made a living doing what you love, which in your case and in your people's case is teaching music. And yet, as people cycle out of, working with you because they graduate, you're left with this deficit of clients. And being a best kept secret is, before it might have worked for one mom to tell, the next mom about you and about your work, but now people are not meeting live.
That's right.
So being a best kept secret is, you have all this talent, you have all these skills, and we must adapt to the new norm, which is doing business over Zoom and doing business online. And if you're a best kept secret, it means that you're not great at tooting your own horn and being like, hey, I'm over here, I do awesome cello lessons. I've taught, Pinkett Zuckerman or whoever. I'm terrible at music. Spirit full disclosure, I totally failed piano for like 12 years. I was the worst piano student ever. So it's such an honor to be here with teachers. It had nothing to do with the teacher. It had everything to do with the student. But if you're a best kept secret, the bottom line is, you're not going to be making the money
Yeah.
that you can make. You're not going to be
Yeah.
making the impact, which I think is the really heavy hitter to one's heart is I've studied my whole life to get to this point where I'm helping these people master their craft.
Yes.
And yet not enough people know about me.
Yeah. And I think now more than ever, and what you were saying is so true, is that we can either shrivel up and do nothing, but that's not really sharing our passion and our gift with the world. As educators now more than ever, we need to embrace this new normal. And yes, there's a little bit of back to in-person teaching, but the opportunities to maintain an online presence and to, not just be this little invisible secret anymore, but let your light shine. And I think I'm really excited because I've been a part of your photography work in the soul portrait, and it was just so moving for me. And I guess another question that I might ask for you, Siddiqi, is how important is consistency in terms of just showing up as a professional?
Yeah, consistency. It feels like a little bit of a non-segue to answer this, but the problem that people have is we know in this day and age, when you are a business and you need to get more clients, we know that we should be on social media, right? Yeah. But there's those of us that are dinosaurs, and I'll raise my hand. I might not look like it, but I've been around the block, people. Me too. And we just don't want to we don't want to have to market ourselves. We don't want to have to go on social media. It seems like this big insurmountable mountain of, well, I'm not going to be an influencer. Why does anybody care about me? Yeah. And the bottom line is that we have to, or we get to get over ourselves, our inadequacies and our fears about not being enough and about the technology. Yes. So that we can get out in front of that next, student that you are meant to impact in your work. And the only way to do it is to just accept that this is the new norm. And you don't have to be a social media influencer with thousands and thousands of followers to get out there and get clients. You just don't. Yeah, 100%. And it's so interesting just hearing you talk about what does it take for us to unmute. And, I love, and you've got this amazing live event. We're going to be talking about that in a minute. But when we think about how can you unmute yourself to really let your light shine, to just really show the world that you're there, that you are that professional and show up for yourself. And we're not just talking about women, right? Does this apply to men as well? No, we're talking about women, we're talking about men, we're talking about all designations. I get scared to get into the duality because I know there's they and them, we're talking about all of us have this calling to step up, to step out, to shine our light. And the only way that we can do it is consistently. Because, if you hear from a friend once a year, how close is that relationship, right? Yeah, but if you talk every single week, you're going to feel like you're really on that life journey with that person that you have regular contact with. That consistency needs to translate into who you are as a business, as a brand, as an offering. And when people see you consistently, they feel like they know you. They can trust you to show up consistently, and either they'll love you or they'll go away and they'll find someone else. Yeah. But more often than not, they lean in. And so that consistency is paramount to getting clients in this current online environment. Yeah, 100%. And I know as we're going to be talking about your amazing 5-day live event to unmute yourself, I can't wait. I'm going to be there for all 5 days. I know it's going to be amazing. I'll be the frantic one in the chat going, this is so cool because you are such a wealth of information. And, can you share with us maybe what do you see as the biggest block to this online marketing world that we are all a part of now? There are really so many blocks. One of them is age and technology. Like I alluded to before, this isn't the way I've done it before. I don't want to have to do it this way. I don't know how to do it this way. If you have grandkids, they're probably more well-versed on these social media platforms than we are. And so that's a big hurdle that we have to face. A lot of us that are artists and creatives and educators are like, it's not about me. It's about my students. It's about what I do for them. And so that's a hurdle that we have to overcome, our own objections to putting ourselves out there. Another one of them is, I don't know about you, Glory, but I'm an artist at heart.
Yes.
And I have a raging inner critic that editorializes everything. And it's like, it's never going to be good enough. And I get caught up in this extreme perfectionism. Well, if this little font is perfect and if this is perfect, and I waste all this time and energy on perfectionism and procrastinating, putting myself out there thinking that I will feel different if it looks better.
Yes.
And so getting over ourselves is a huge thing, letting go of the perfectionism and being willing to do it really imperfectly, because that's actually what gets the results. Is imperfect action trumps perfection every day of the week, because when you're willing to be imperfect and practice it, which is what we do during the 5 days, we really practice putting ourselves out there in a small group, so that a lot of people, they've never made a live video before. They've never gone live on social media. We give you a checklist. We give you some tools so that you can get out of your own way and show up and shine your light online.
Wow. I can't wait. It's going to be an event not to be missed. And I really encourage all of our viewers to absolutely, I'll put it in the show notes so you're not going to miss this event, because it's Unmute Yourself live and it's going to be absolutely incredible. Can you share a little bit about what's the outcome of your 5-day live event, and when is it all happening?
So when you're saying live event, I'm like, that's a bit of a misnomer, because now live means in person, but it's actually a virtual event where we're doing it real time.
Exactly.
So the outcome is that you get a lot of hand holding, you get a lot of support to walk through these technical challenges, the overwhelm that happens, the inner critic voice. You get a lot of support so that you can actually put yourself out there in a way that the people that you're meant to serve can find you. And we do a lot of practical stuff like the technology, the how to do a Facebook Live. And then we do a lot of the inner work of the internal objections to, well, nobody needs to hear from me and it's never good enough, all that stuff. You have to do the two of them. And we use brain science. We use a lot of brain science in our challenge and in our programs to help rewire the brain, just like music does, right? Music literally rewires the brain. So we use those sound frequencies to help get you into a state of sync with yourself, with your messaging, so that when you go online, people feel you, just like you could close your eyes and feel a note without even knowing what note it is. That's how we need to be in our presence online. People need to feel us more than necessary pay attention to every single word we say. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's clear.
It really does. Yeah. I'm just so excited. I'm kind of beaming over it here because I love to learn. I am an educator, but I am also a student. And I think when we are open to receiving information and then implement, and that's what I love about your event, is that it's not just, come sit and take a couple of notes. It's no, we're doing this together. You're going to be on a path, on a mission for 5 days. And it's just going to be, a game changer. So I really encourage our viewers to just go check it out. It's going to be incredible. So why should we do this now?
Well, I think one of the things is we have a lot more people to serve than the people that are right in front of us. Yeah. Anybody that's listening to this knows what it's like to play small, to see your students play small, and to see their potential and be like, oh my God, you could be so much bigger. So the question is, why would you wait if you knew that the next amazing student is waiting for you as a teacher to step up so that they can find you? Why would you wait? Because if you don't do it now, that amazing student is just going to go find someone else that's easier to contact, that's right in front of them. And so if you don't do it now, you're going to miss out on, God only knows how many opportunities to work with people that are really the right fit for you, for your business, for the way you teach. And that's just tragic. And I think that a lot of us do it we shoot ourselves in the foot because we just don't feel like it. We just don't have the confidence. So you will walk out of this with confidence. This is not the same, but I had a therapist that came in and was like me. I was doing photography face to face. I ended up in New Zealand without my camera. And I was just like, what the heck am I going to do without this instrument that I've used to connect with people? And this time is requiring us to reinvent ourselves. And this therapist went from seeing people one-on-one in her local neighborhood to going global, starting groups, tripling her income, and really opening her mind and her heart to serving more people, which is absolutely what we are supporting with Unmute Yourself Live, is how to start speaking up about how awesome you are so that the people that need you can find you.
Yeah. Oh, it's so incredible, Siddiqi. I just can't wait to attend this powerful Unmute Yourself live event. Being virtual right now with these live events is absolutely incredible. I'm going to put the registration link in the show notes, so make sure you check them out because you don't want to miss this event. I'm going to be there, so you got to be there because we're going to be hanging out together. So thank you so much, Siddiqi, for sharing your wisdom and just helping us realize that it's time for us to unmute ourselves and to let our light shine and to really connect and serve the students that we know and love and are waiting for us. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And I can't wait to see you and support you stepping into the next iteration of yourself and your leadership.
Thank you so much, Siddiqi. Bye for now.